Alhamdulillah wa salatu salam ala Rasulillah, Nabiyina Muhammad wa alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. A brother asked that his job affects his ibadat, especially seeking knowledge. So what can he do? For he's working more than 10 hours, and he must do that to pay the bills. It affects him, his memorization, his learning. What can he do? The Sahaba, Ridwanullahi ta'ala alayhim, used to seek knowledge and at the same time used to provide their family and work. And no doubt that work they used to do would have affected their way of seeking knowledge. Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu, for instance, he said that he and another Sahabi from Ansar كَانَ يَتَنَاوَبَانِ فِي الْعَمَلِ. They had that agreement that one of them works. They used to work like a business partner. And one of them work one day, and that day the other one goes to the Prophet ﷺ and learn. And whatever he learned, he conveyed to his friend, to his companion. The second day, the other one seek knowledge and works. And seek knowledge and the other one works. This is the way they used to learn the deen. Helping one another in learning, helping one another in working. And no doubt that the day the person is not with the Prophet ﷺ, he's at his work, it affected his knowledge. It's not like the day he is with the Prophet ﷺ. But that has to happen because both are requirements. Person to learn the deen, to be connected to the masjid, to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by going to the masjid, praying the salah with jama'ah and the like, is required. Also the person to provide his family is another requirement. Both has to take place. And if that is the case and you are not doing only one of it, the other one must affect the other one. Therefore, Prophet ﷺ said, إِنَّ لِنَفْسِكَ عَلَيْكَ حَقًّا وَلِأَهْلِكَ عَلَيْكَ حَقًّا وَلِرَبِّكَ عَلَيْكَ حَقًّا فَأَعْطِ كُلَّ ذِي حَقٍّ حَقَّهُ. Means that your Lord has right on you. Your family has right on you. Even your soul has right on you to rest. فَأَعْطِ كُلَّ ذِي حَقٍّ حَقَّهُ. Give to each. It is right. So you don't give all your effort in one thing and you neglected the rest. So if you think that's the way you should act, then this is when you think that your work affects your education, so you have to give up one of it. La. You don't give up one of it. Do both. Yes, you work for the akhirah more. And when it comes to the worldly life, you're looking for الضروريات والحاجات. That's the origin. You're looking for the necessity and that which you need it. But for kamaliyat, for the extra, in this case, you learn your deen, make your salawat, alhamdulillah. But when it comes to the necessity, you have to pay the bill. This must be done. And it is also from the deen. It's also from the deen. As the Prophet ﷺ said, وَلِأَهْلِكَ عَلَيْكَ حَقًّا. For your family on you right. So a believer to work for both, but for akhirah more. For remembering Allah, praying and the like. Because Allah said in Quran, subhanahu wa ta'ala, وَابْتَغِي فِيمَا آتَاكَ اللَّهُ الدَّارَ الْآخِرَةِ وَلَا تَنْسَ نَصِيبَكَ مِنَ الدُّنْيَا. Whatsoever Allah gave to you, seek it. Seek akhirah through whatever Allah gave it to you. And don't forget your share in worldly life. Don't forget the worldly life. So no contradiction. Seek knowledge, pray at the same time, pay the bills, work, help your family. Alhamdulillah. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala azza wa jal give you reward for both. Even when you are at your work and you're doing that to suffice yourself from people. It's a lawful work to feed your family. Alhamdulillah, even in that state, you are in ibadah. As the Prophet ﷺ said, about a man who having relationship with his wife, he get reward. Sahaba, they surprised. أَيَأْتِي أَحَدُنَا شَهْوَتَهُ وَيَكُونُ لَهُ فِيهَا أَجْرٌ. There is someone, he fulfill his desire and he get reward out of that. Prophet ﷺ said, how about if he would put his desire in haram? Wasn't there sin on him? Yes, likewise. So even when you are working with this good intention, alhamdulillah, when you are sleeping with the good intention to wake up for salawat, to help your family, you are an act of worship. How about if what you're doing is not mubah, it's not something which was lawful, normal, sleeping and the like, it's feeding your family. It's feeding your family. It's very important. Alhamdulillah. One last hadith, one of the Sahaba, Sa'ad bin Abi Waqqas, radiallahu ta'ala anhu, he was severely sick. Anyway, he thought he was about to die. So he said, oh, the Messenger of Allah, I have a property. I'm a wealthy man. I want to give all my property as a charity. Prophet ﷺ said, no. He said, how about the Messenger, half of it? He said, no. He said, how about 1/3 of it? He said, 1/3 and also is much, is more. Even 1/3 is much. The Prophet ﷺ mentioned the reason why Sa'ad ibn Waqqas radiallahu ta'ala doesn't give up all his property as a charity and leave his family behind, leave them with nothing. We want to have sadaqah. Prophet ﷺ said, أن تدع ورثتك أغنياء خير من أن تتركهم عالة يتكففون الناس. To leave your family behind while they are poor, begging people. تكففون يسألون الناس بالأكف. They ask people through their hands because they don't have anything. You gave everything for a charity. You leave them behind. To leave them behind wealthy. To leave them behind wealthy is better than leaving them behind with nothing, begging people. So this is better. So that's why Prophet said he forbade to give everything to the general interest. Rather leave your family, those who inherit you, with something. Al-Muhim, if this is the case of the person, even after he died, how about if he is alive? Is he allowed to leave his people behind begging people? If he can help them, if he can work for them, he can suffice them? The answer is no. So therefore, Islam, alhamdulillah, is a religion of fitrah. You are living in this worldly life. You are not now living in Jannah. And to live in worldly life, to survive, there is some rules. Allah has a way to govern, sunnatullah. You have to have oxygen, you have to have food, you have to have drinking, you have to sleep. It's a part of the life. You have to get it. On the other hand, this worldly life is a transition. It's not forever. You go into the big life, you also have to work for it. Work for both. Don't neglect one of it, and work much for akhirah, for it's better and bigger. We ask Allah to give us tawfiq. Sallallahu alaihi wa sallam ala nabina Muhammad wa alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in.